Hi, I'm Joe Schomburg. I'm the owner and president of Viking Equipment. We're based in Deep River, Connecticut, and we've been in business for 30 years. We specialize in servicing car dealerships. We do everything from daily service and installations of a one-off piece of equipment to major new builds and or renovations. We really enjoy doing new builds and renovations because there's such a sense of accomplishment when you start with either a patch of dirt or an old building, and then you're able to create something with the owner that is state of the art and a facility that they can really enjoy and make money with down the road. We like to help them think about things that we've learned over 30 years in hundreds of projects where this worked, this didn't work as well as we wanted it to. I know you might think that's a good idea, but here's our experience with it. Or just bring ideas to the table that could help you as our customer make more money down the road. We have a low price guarantee, so I don't want you to worry about that. We are always the lowest price. We will beat anybody's price that's out there. We have relationships with the manufacturers. In most cases, we are the largest, if not one of the very largest distributors of all of the brands that we carry in our market. You're going to get the right equipment at the right price from Viking Equipment, and we're going to be sure of it. In the case of the different products, we have all of the premium brands. We carry the brands we want to carry, Hunter, Rotary, etc. And then we'll have alternatives that might save you some money. If those make more sense for you in your situation, we're happy to explore that as well. We also will look at the highest end products, and down the road from there or lower tier products that might be just as good of a match for you or a better match and save you money. We're happy to do that. In each case, when we approach a dealership project, we don't look at it from how much equipment are we going to sell or how much money we're going to make. What we do is we just try to do the absolute best job for the dealer, the absolute best project, and the rest of it works out fine. Our focus is on making sure that the shop flows right, works right, has the ability to expand if the customer wants to do that, but meets their needs on day one. They don't have to scramble after the fact in order to make up for the stuff that they forgot. We also do our CAD work in-house. I do most of it myself. When I do that, I bring my 30 years of experience both installing equipment, installing shops, designing shops. I bring all that to bear on your project. While I'm drawing shapes on a CAD, on a blueprint, I find that I can visualize the actual installation process. When I do that, it trips my mind into, hey, there might be a conflict with the fire sprinkler program guy or the electrician. I need to make sure that the lights are not a conflict with the oil reels, or there could be a million different things like that. Have we given the correct access to the tool room, to the parts room? Can the guy in the parts room wheel a skid from the delivery to the shop without going out in the parking lot? So we try to make sure that your shop is going to work for you. And honestly, it's fun for me to go through the process. And I often do it after hours so I'm not interrupted. And I'm visualizing what your shop is going to look like as I'm placing the equipment in your shop. It makes it for my technicians and for your technicians, but for my technicians, when they go out to install products and lifts, they're taking a CAD drawing with them, and that CAD drawing is accurate to the 1/4 inch of where we're going to place your lift or your tire changer, and we place them exactly where we want them. When we do it that way, surprisingly, there's some, but very little on-site adjustment to try to compensate for something we didn't see coming. We do, in fact, see a lot of the problems, and we're able to adjust for them. Did we leave enough room to put a toolbox on that wall before the door? No. Can we move the door over 6 inches? Yes. That's easy to do when it's in the blueprint stage, and that's very difficult to do when you're looking at a cinder block wall that's already up. So hopefully we can help you there, and we don't charge for that service. Typical car dealership project that I do, if it's a major project, I'll have over 100 versions of CAD drawings for your shop. Some of them will be very small, like this is what the tool room's going to look like, and this is where we're going to put the press or the balancer. And some of them will be very big. This is the shop and the layout of the lifts and the toolboxes or the exhaust system. But in all cases, we're looking at all the way down to the individual piece of equipment, to the individual piece of pipe that we're using for your exhaust system or your lube system or your air system. We're going to get down to that level of detail. So when we show up to do the work, we brought what we need to do the job, we forecasted it in, and now we bring the right supplies in order to do the job, and we have the right technicians on site with the right equipment, with the right plan. We're working with the general contractor. We have very good relationships with the general contractors, the electricians. We can work well in that environment because we have the experience doing it. We have technicians within Viking Equipment that specialize in one thing or another. I've got a guy that's especially good in parts rooms. I have a guy that's especially good in lube and air. I have a guy that's especially good in lift installations. And then we have several general service guys that do all different things. What that means is you've got an expert on hand, and the other guys that I send with them have done the work too, but I have a team leader in each case. We have at Viking Equipment probably just as important, but not what you're thinking about when you're building your building. We have the service and the parts on hand at Viking Equipment in order to support you in the time after your dealership opens, especially in that window of the first 6 months of you being open. There's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be things that don't work exactly right, or a piece of equipment that may have a temporary failure. We're going to give you expedited service, and my guys are going to go over there and they're going to have the parts they need to solve the problem. And that's what you need.